What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 110 of the Game Loose Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Ryan Tifford, alongside the Broccoli Brock McLaughlin.
Howdy.
And the ghost with the most, Drew McMillan.
110.
110.
110.
God, we thought it was like so crazy when we'd hit episode 10.
Yeah.
We're now at episode 110.
Yeah, that was episode 10 was that disastrous live stream.
That was the one time we tried to live stream a live episode.
We'll do that again.
Yeah.
But we actually know how to do that.
Well, I mean, we did that during E3. Well, and Extra Life, too. We did a live stream of an episode.
We did.
So,
Extra Life, that was
a whole day.
That was awesome. We had a lot of fun doing that.
Hashtag get hyped. Speaking of Extra Life, we're going to have to come up with things to do for that. But that's not another topic for another day.
We're only in January.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, E3 is not that far away. It's only like 4 months or 6 months or
5 months.
It's 5 months.
5 months.
5 months.
Yeah, May, June.
May?
Let's
May-ish?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I think we're tired today, aren't we?
We are.
It's really early.
Holy shit.
I feel like dirt. Like a dirt bag today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big old bag of dirt.
I know you're looking at me on the camera out there being like, wow, he looks good. I don't feel good.
No, he doesn't.
I don't
he doesn't
feel
have his
good.
shit together.
Well,
that's the magic of the camera.
The common knowledge is that the better you look on camera, the worse you actually are.
And I think the reason is, I don't know if anyone saw my tweet, but I got a box of condoms yesterday. Me and BB-8 had a rough night, I'd say.
Yeah. Why?
I'm working on something with the condoms, so it's coming around Valentine's Day.
Okay.
So you can stay tuned for that. But yeah, I was experimenting with them last night, and I was rock hard.
It got real.
I'm just gonna a couple things here. Number one, don't double bag. That compromises the condom itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the only kind of way to make it fit.
You only need one.
Oh.
It's the only way to make it fit.
Yeah, I don't.
Get some fucking shims or something.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on down there.
There's a lot of lube. It was very greasy. My whole floor is just wow. You could just roll around in it.
Oh fuck.
TMI, man. TMI.
Yeah.
Like, what do you even what do you even do? Like, what is your life, man?
I don't know. I don't know.
Who are you?
I thought mine was strange.
Yeah. Speaking of strange, coming up on today's show, I segued the best I could.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about God of War. It got a release date, and I'll tell you all about that later. Paragon is no longer. It is shutting down, and we'll get into the details about that. We're also going to talk about our impressions of the Sea of Thieves Beta. Yar, mateys. But before we do that, topic one. Xbox One is Game Pass is actually being upgraded. So originally, a Game Pass is basically a subscription service for $10 a month, where basically you get access to a whole bunch of games. Well, now Microsoft has announced that Xbox One exclusives, every single one going forward, will be coming to the service day and date with Game Pass. So basically, Sea of Thieves, Crackdown 3, and that other game, State of Decay 2, are all coming to the service day and date, which is pretty cool. So you can, if you don't pre-order the game, no problem. You just sign up for Game Pass and you can play them right away. So what do we think about this, you guys? Because this is really a game changer, I think, when it comes to games.
I'm a huge fan of Game Pass. I mean, for the value, it's incredible. There's 100 games on there, and a lot of like really, really good games. PlayStation doesn't have a service like this. They have PS Now, but it's double the price.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't operate the same.
Well, yeah, it's streaming rather than Game Pass, which allows you to download the games.
Yeah. And having like AAA games available on the first day for free is huge.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Which I think is the thing. They're going to phase out games with gold.
Yeah.
I don't see any purpose for this anymore, to kind of have this kind of feature.
They have like both.
Yeah. Like just incorporate them both into one. Maybe like bump the price up of Xbox Live and just include Game Pass with it.
That would be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean that kind of makes sense. The thing is though, they can get you more if they have them as two separate services though, Rod.
They could.
And
they could.
It's that sweet value proposition where games with gold is giving you games while also paying for your online service.
I mean, the games with gold has been so bad for the last like 3-4 months. It's been absolutely terrible. Like there hasn't been anything even worth downloading.
Yeah.
I can't think of like something like, oh yeah, this finally hit Games of Gold.
Are you trying to say you don't want to download the Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing?
No, for the third time?
No.
There's been 3 Van Helsing games. Who plays Van Helsing games?
Well, someone is because there's the third one.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
That was last month, and this month I think is another Tomb Raider or another Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
We've had
it's
Assassin's Creed so
Assassin's
many
Creed
times.
Chronicles. It's the 2D action game.
Yeah.
Remember that terrible pool game?
Oh, Pool
Pool
FX, Pool Nation FX.
Yo,
we talked
God.
about that like fucking almost every month for like 6 months.
I hated that game so much.
But it kept being free.
I feel like the last good one was Metal Gear.
Yeah.
And that was like September, October.
Yeah.
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 There hasn't been much.
I think the 360 games they've been giving away have been the
but
better of the
every month on Game Pass, there's been incredible games, like amazing games being added.
You
all
can
the
go
time.
right now and play Ninja Gaiden Black.
And that's
on
what I was just
Game
about to
Pass.
say. That's what you just did. Fusion Frenzy's on there.
Yeah.
There's like all the Gears of War now on there.
Yeah.
Crackdown isn't on there, and that blows my mind.
Yeah.
It's very weird that game isn't even backwards compatible.
Yeah.
It's got to be around the corner.
Well, I
though.
think if memory serves, I don't think it was ever available digitally, and the only games that they made backwards compatible were available digitally in some capacity, so it hasn't been added to the store yet. So this could mean that maybe they'll add that before E3, like because I don't think Crackdown 3 is coming out before then, but
it's got to
like, they'll probably add them sometime before Crackdown comes out.
Either way, you have to get both games free if you're going to pre-order the Crackdown 3. For like waiting
probably.
this long,
Well,
you should probably get.
They did that with Gears.
Yeah.
So like, I don't see why they wouldn't do it in this case.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Like I'm really interested to see how this sort of changes the way games are sold because again, if Microsoft can do this with their first parties why would you go out and buy Sea of Thieves if you can pay like a monthly fee for it or whatever? Like Game Pass for a year is $120. That's the price of 2 games.
Yeah.
Like you don't at that point if you've downloaded and played 2 of the 3 of the announced first party games that we know of, the service has paid for itself.
Yeah. It's just a matter of like, I think that's the question, right? Like, and then the uncertainty of like, well, what games are going to come later?
Yeah.
Right.
Or how long they're going to stay on the service as well.
Yeah.
There's a major game store, I can't remember the name, from Australia that now don't sell Xboxes anymore after this announcement because they're pissed because that takes away a huge like profit for them because they don't make money on consoles, they make money selling games. And now that Xbox aren't going to have their like 3 like confirmed exclusives this year not coming out there, they're not going to have them on sale. Like,
well, the reality is that game stores have not made money on any of that stuff. They've made money on used games for years now. And at a certain point, like Xbox was basically, it seemed like Xbox was going to cut them out of the business back when there was that whole thing about like it was going to be a connected only console and like like they were going to basically like with there was like Game Pass stuff and then
there's like family sharing where you can share all your games with other people.
Yeah, but then like there was all that controversy about like, well, they're not going to let you have used games on it and stuff like that, and like essentially that you need an activation tied with the game, and
you need
then
to have your console check in every 24 hours or it would lock your console.
Yeah, all of that weird shit. And they backed away from that back in the day, and I imagine that has something to do with like their retail partners being kind of pissed off with them. But like at this point, I think they've realized that they don't really need them as much anymore.
Yeah.
Like this is the start of like the end of like physical retail for video games, right?
Especially on PC because PC like the physical has been dead for a while.
Yeah.
And most people don't know this about Game Pass is that any of the first party games that are on PC, you actually can play them if you have Game Pass.
Yeah.
Like Sea of Thieves when it comes out, you can play the PC version if you have a subscription to Game Pass, even if you don't have an Xbox, which is kind of cool. And sort of how that service works.
If I was a kid, my mind would be blown by this. Like, we just have so many free games to play all the time.
Yeah.
Like, we got like 1 game a week. Like, we had to go to the rental store. We only got it for 3 days. Here I get to keep this thing, and I have so many to choose from.
Yeah.
I guess the caveat is most kids don't have credit cards, right? So paying for this, I don't know.
But as a parent, I feel like that's a smart idea. It's like, it's nothing for that. Like $10 a month.
Yeah.
Here, keep my kid happy for the entire month.
They sell the physical cards in stores, so it's not like kids can't get access to it.
That's true.
It's not like the old Xbox Live days when it first launched, where you even if you bought a physical card, you needed a credit card in order to.
You could use PayPal too, and I'm sure kids have Visa debits.
Yeah.
Like,
that's fair enough.
Well, yeah, you do.
I have a Visa debit because I'm a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
I have one because my bank made me.
That's the reason I have it.
To be fair, it comes in handy.
It does.
You know?
It really does.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm really interested to see where this goes. Now, one thing before we talk about Sea of Thieves that I thought about when they did this is that game is going to have so many more players now because it's included with Game Pass, which, like, that's going to make that community go from here to, like, here.
Yeah.
Like, and just like Rocket League, like, everyone's going to be playing it.
Yeah.
Unless you're like me and you don't like pirates. But, you know, I think a lot of people are going to really latch on to this game.
Yeah.
And it's really going to help grow that community. So I think that any of their sort of online-centric games, like, I can't wait until Halo comes out and is on this service. Like, that's going to be huge. Like, everyone's going to be playing that game.
Especially when they have that 100-person battle royale mode.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They need all the players they can get.
You did predict that.
Yeah.
Or even they announced like Gears is going to be the same way. Like any of their upcoming games, like they're not going to shy away from this. Like they're not going to. They said that even if like in a year from so or now, they're not going to change their mind and pull away from this. This is sort of their future. This is what they're banking on. So I'm really interested to see how this is going to evolve. So stay tuned for that. Again, I'm excited to see how.
It's a good play when your games aren't as like highly reviewed as PlayStation's exclusives,
or if you just don't have as many.
Yeah.
So yeah, because it again is the Netflix model where something comes on Netflix as an exclusive, and then everyone's watching it. It's a water cooler moment.
Like the movie Bright, which I still don't understand because fuck Mac Landis.
Max Landis?
Yes.
Yeah. So he was a person who had like a lot of the sexual sexual misconduct allegations cast against him. Yeah, and Netflix is like they've backed away from him.
Well, they got rid of him.
Yeah.
For the second one.
Yeah, but like he's still a writer on Dirk.
That got canceled.
That got canceled.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, there we go. He's done.
He's done.
Yeah.
So yeah, now you guys will finally play State of Decay. It won't just be me.
I love State of Decay.
It won't just be me playing State of Decay now. Hashtag get hyped.
I'm the person who doesn't understand.
That's what I mean. Okay. Out of all of Microsoft's games they've announced so far, that's the one I'm most excited about. Yes, like Crackdown. I don't know. It's just lost me because it's been
of the three announced, State of Decay is at the top of my list.
But I mean, think about now how many people are actually going to play Crackdown now because you don't have to buy it.
Of the games coming out, like announced games for the Xbox platform, State of Decay is the game to care about right now.
Yeah,
which doesn't say a lot, unfortunately. They need games.
Yeah. And I think we're going to get it. I mean, again, part of this this announcement is they did announce that Gears and Halo are coming again, and that there are many, many other games that they're developing first party now that have just sort of been in development since like Phil took over 3 years ago. Like he's been talking about that for a while now. Yeah. So it sounds like we're going to get more of these, many more announcements at E3 this year.
Hopefully.
So, speaking of Sea of Thieves, let's talk about Sea of Thieves. So the Sea of Thieves beta kicked off this week. I know you guys got a chance to sort of jump in and were able to talk about it now, which is good. So we'll start with Drew. Drew, what did you think of the Sea of Thieves beta?
All right. It's interesting. It's an interesting game. It reminds me a little bit of Minecraft in so much as that it doesn't tell you anything, right? There needs to be, first of all, when you launch this thing, the splash screen still says alpha on it. So, like, I don't know where it actually is in terms of, like, along the lines of development and what features and stuff we can expect from this game that aren't in this. Because, I mean, obviously, this is still a beta. It's still early. Yeah. But, like, it just kind of throws you in the world and doesn't fucking tell you anything. And that's deeply, deeply confusing. Because there's very clear things that you have to do, right? For example, I learned if it's raining, you have to bail out your ship.
You're like
you have to take a bucket and take water out of your ship, or it will sink.
Like a real ship.
Yeah. So here's what happened. I launched into a game. So like the first thing that happens is either you join a team in progress, or you start a new game, and you always start in on an island. Well, everything is on islands, and you start in like a pub, right?
Okay.
And when you come out, your ship is offshore somewhere, right? Like you just have to go to the dock, and that's where your ship is. But for me, I started and it was storming out, and it was the first time I had ever seen a storm in the game. Like, okay, whatever. So I go out, go up the dock, go to my ship, and get in it, and I'm doing some stuff, and like you have to do some stuff just to kind of get going. And then I realized that, oh shit, like my ship's got a bunch of water in it. What's happening here? What do I do? And then all of a sudden it just sank on me. And I was like, wait, what? Like I barely had enough time to
when it went like straight down?
Well, no, like it goes down relatively slowly, but like I was doing other stuff and not realizing, number one, I had to be bailing it out, and number two, like it happened pretty fast.
Okay.
But like right off the bat, or as soon as I launched, like I'm like, that's kind of not fun. So just to get the game going, you come out of the pub, and the first thing you have to do is you have to get a voyage. You have to buy a voyage.
Okay.
Right? You have to buy a voyage, and the voyages cost X amount of gold. There's one sort of like this, like the tutorial voyage, right? But this is where I get stuck. So you get the voyage, then you take the voyage to the captain's quarters, to the table, the voyages table in your captain's quarters, and then everybody has to vote on the voyage, right?
Okay.
Once there's a majority on your team that's voted for the voyage, then it becomes the active voyage. So it's like the quest becomes activated, and then you get a map, and then from there you can travel to there and try to find like the treasure or whatever, right?
Okay.
But here's the part that I can't figure out is I don't know how to. So you get a small handheld map that gives you a small picture of like the island where you're supposed to go, and then you're supposed to translate that to the big map. I don't know how to do that.
You have to look at your map, and then you have to go down and you have to find what you see on your map on the bigger map.
So the shape of the island,
Yes.
that's really annoying.
Yeah.
Because there's like a ton of islands.
Yeah, and so you have to scroll. That's why you and your buddies all go through the map,
Right.
and then you can start circling them and picking them out.
Right.
See, I played with a guy on Twitter named Xbox Addict.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever seen his Twitter. That guy is an Xbox addict. He has so much Xbox shit. He has like a room dedicated to it, and he was telling us like everything I needed to know about that game, which made it so much easier and like so much better to understand.
Yeah, so like once you understand, it's just like Minecraft. Once you know and understand the systems that are working in this game, that's when it becomes fun. The caveat being, everyone has to have that same knowledge, right?
You have to have a mic in this game.
You have to be able to like talk to one another and coordinate, because like simple things that like everyone has to be on the ship before you set sail, and it's pretty easy for you to take off without people.
You don't have to. You just have to find a mermaid.
Yeah, but then
and
then you get teleported to it, right?
Yeah.
But like if you're not paying attention, like you'd be like, oh shit, you know,
Because
like
driving is really hard just on your own because you can't see, because then you have to run down and like lift your sails and move your sails, and like it's really bad to play with like just one person. It doesn't really work. Unless you're just in a little small boat, which is a big problem. So you need like 4 people. And I thought when this first came out, it was going to be 5 people or more. I don't know when it changed to 4.
I don't.
Maybe they found like during the beta it was too tough for people, or so the alpha, that it was probably too tough to find 5 people.
Yeah.
Because I mean, in Destiny, like they do that with like raids are 6 people, but most activities in Destiny are less than 6.
Right.
Or
Or
3.
three.
Yeah.
Right.
3 or 6. Yeah. I don't remember that. But yeah.
I think that was just during the initial presentation. They had like the 5 YouTubers.
I mean, it could seem to easily be changed, though. I mean, it's just a number. And it's not like you get on the ship and there are 4 slots that someone has to fill or whatever. You know, I can see it being more. But yeah, it's a weird game, and I don't know if that's a thing. Like they want it to be like Minecraft, where they want people to just kind of like figure stuff out as they go. But I mean, that's kind of in the days of the internet. What does that matter? Like, because inevitably one person's going to figure it out, and then you have to fucking Google it, right? So yeah, I don't know. There are parts of this game that are really fun. I got to tell you, this is some of the prettiest looking water in a video game I've ever seen. Right.
Well, if you're going to create a game that's almost entirely on water, you better nail the water.
Well, I mean, it's interesting because it's got like a very sort of like cell shaded cartoony look, but the water itself, just like the way it moves and like the shading and stuff, it's pretty spectacular. The skybox is amazing. But then like the stuff you do, I mean, it's pretty much like you fight skeletons and you know, you sail to places, and that's all I've seen so far. I don't know if there's more than that.
I've heard there's more, like even in the previous betas, there's been more content with smaller amounts of people.
Right.
That really just testing out the servers on this and took out a lot of the game.
Okay.
And all that stuff on the beta is still under NDA, so
Right.
people can't talk about what they've seen in the past.
And the previous closed betas.
Like I know there's going to be random things like Kraken attack.
Right.
And there's obviously like cosmetics.
Yeah.
But there's no progression system, and I think that's a huge miss.
Yeah.
It's really weird because there's nothing to really do other than just kind of sail around. I think that's a huge missed opportunity.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the game's fun. for a little bit.
There are parts of it that are fun. There are parts of it that are frustrating, and it's hard to tell right now. Is that because they just haven't added stuff, or because that's the way they want it to be? I don't know.
And they haven't been clear what's kind of missing and what's not missing. Yeah. Like, this doesn't feel like a Rare game to me at all. The slate. This feels like a first-time developer making, like, their open world kind of pirate game.
Yeah.
It reminded me a lot of Sid Meier's Pirates.
Yeah.
It has that kind of thing.
Yeah, or like a little bit, like a little slice of Monkey Island, maybe.
I thought there'd be more humor. Yeah, like, I thought there'd be more, like, Monkey Island humor or something, but there really wasn't, like, any... Like, all the NPC characters don't really have anything to say.
There's really no, like, character or flavor to the world. No. It's not like you walk up to people and they talk to you, it's like, ho hum, buy some. No, it's like, it's just like...
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, there's no... None of the NPCs talk or anything like that.
This game is night and day. Like, honest, like, I was not having fun on my own. I did not like it. It is very boring. Yeah. But as soon as you have, like, a group of good people, it's great. But then if you're in a party and you get you're 3 and you get a 4th person, and you just send them to the brig, I don't really understand the point of the brig, because you're just kind of a dickhead move.
Yeah, I know that happened when I was playing it first, because I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I joined a party of 4, and, like, they were trying to get a voyage going, and they needed, like, one more person to vote on it, and then they got mad and threw me in the brig, and I was like, but, like, I don't know what I'm doing, and nobody's communicating.
So then you're just stuck.
Yeah, like, I mean... Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
And what's the point? And then you can't get out. And you're just stuck in there. And there's no real reason for it.
Yeah.
Which is really annoying.
That does not sound like fun at all.
No, it's not. It's like a really frustrating mechanic, and I don't understand. Like, you can't form a mutiny on your boat. Like, you can't go around killing your teammates.
Because there's no captain, so you can't mutiny, really.
And there's no, like, you can't walk the plank. I think they took that out. I thought there was supposed to be a walk the plank option. But there's a plank there, but I thought you could make people walk down it. And I only ever, like, in my 4 or 5 hours of playing, I only ever ran into one other team.
Yeah, I've never seen another team.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's pretty hilarious, because they're just, like, 2 really slow-moving boats going in circles trying to cannonball each other.
Yeah.
And it is pretty fun. Like, and it is, like, when you get shot and you have cannonballs flying in, like, you have to do the water thing. And, like, it's cool. And, like, you have to worry about your treasure chests and stuff. And taking out other boats is cool. Yeah. Then you go after their treasure. And there's some fun moments. And, like, with a good team... It's pretty good, but it gets boring really quickly.
Yeah, the cannonball, like the cannon kind of stuff, like the physics and stuff of how the cannonballs work and stuff is really fun. It's pretty straightforward. I don't know, you can eat a banana with the peel on.
Where's the leaderboard? I want to know how many people I've killed, or how many this other team has killed, or like...
Why would you need to know that information when you can just, just keep having fun without knowing anything that you're doing?
I need to know everything. It'd just be cool. It'd be like, oh shit, that's like Blackbeard level status boat coming on me.
Yeah.
They've like pilgrims like so many pirates. Like, give me something.
Yeah, like Redbeard.
Yeah,
Redbeard can never be defeated.
That's just almost like if there was some sort of system in place that would allow you, as you progress through the game, to like earn things to like new pirate banners or something like that, to signal to people, hey, this guy murders a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, like an awesome new Jolly Roger or something.
Almost like a progression system.
Yeah. From what we've seen, so again, like, we don't know. Like, there's just like, and everything that we're talking about, the current content in the current closed beta is not under NDA. We're allowed to talk about whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I mean, the caveat being with all this stuff is this is an early release version of the game, and we don't know what features are missing. We don't know if is there like a more directed sort of tutorial, or not.
Yeah. Like, maybe there will when the game comes out. Like, maybe they've heard feedback about that. And again, my saltiness about progression systems is just my MMO fan coming out of me. Because, I mean, the reason I like games like MMOs or games like a game like Sea of Thieves would be for that progression. Like, there has to be a carrot on the end of the stick for me to care about it.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why I liked Minecraft but then sort of fell off of it pretty quickly was that reason. Like, once I built this like castle in the sky, what do I do with it? Why do I care about it? And the answer was there wasn't a reason to do that.
Yeah.
So there was no. So really, that's where I fell off.
The reason to build a castle in the sky was to build a castle in the sky.
Right.
It's kind of that's why Minecraft is like Lego in that sense. Is that the thing that doing the thing is the thing that feels accomplished.
Yeah.
Like and then seeing it and go, yeah, okay, now I'm going to build a new one. And,
exactly.
But like, you don't build anything in this game. Yeah, it's all about the voyages, right? It's all about the finding the treasure.
Yeah.
And
yeah, like, I'm sure if you had like 4 friends that you played along with like every night, like with Sea of Thieves, it'd probably be awesome. But
but there's only fetch quests, so that's the problem. There's nothing else.
No, I mean,
do.
like, I'm just speculating for like the final game. Like, if that was more fleshed out. That's what it sounds like to me. Like if you've got a group of friends, it'll probably be fun.
But it's got to have more. And there's a huge like I don't know if you've been to like the Reddit like Sea of Thieves community. It's on fire right now because people are like, what the fuck? Like what else is there to do in this game?
Yeah.
And the devs have like gone totally silent and like not said anything that's coming or how different it's going to be.
Because like when we first saw like gameplay of this game, like after the alpha had been out, like I was wondering like, well, what do you do past like after 20 minutes of this game? Like
it doesn't feel any different than the E3 trailer we saw. Like there hasn't seemed to be anything added.
Yeah, I mean, not that I can tell.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah.
Everything's a big question mark in this game right now.
Yeah.
For a game about water, it's pretty shallow.
Oh.
Damn.
Yeah, and to be fair, we're not trying to be overly negative. It's more just we're providing constructive feedback for them to sort of look at and sort of.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Yeah.
And I hate these kind of games. I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I'm just very confused.
Yeah, it's more just you want to know more about what the final games were the game.
Yeah.
For this, like, I had a blast. Like with a good team, it was really fun.
Like a cannonball, you had a blast.
Yeah, it was fun. Like, there's some really good elements, and it's a really good looking game.
Yeah.
I like the art style.
Yeah.
I'm into it. Yeah. I'd love to like dress myself up as a really like crazy Elton John looking pirate.
Yeah.
And like travel around singing my shanties.
Yeah, I don't even know what my guy looks like.
They all kind of look the same. Yeah.
The most fun I had with that game was like I like randomly stumbled onto an island. I was like, okay, I'm gonna see what's on this island. And went on the island and like goofing around and was like climbing up it and following some torches and went to the top and like went up there and like was standing on the top of a rock looking out and I was like, oh, the sky looks really beautiful. You know, and then like accidentally discovered the music boxy thing. I don't know, there's some special name for it in my inventory. And
the
it was
accordion?
like, the accordion thing, and I was playing it, and like it was playing really cool music, and I was like, "Wow, this is kind of a nice moment." But that was about it.
It's really calming.
Yeah, it is.
It's but there's not enough enemies. Like there's only the skeletons too.
That's all.
That's all I found.
Yeah. Or like the fortresses that shoot cannons back.
I did find like a hidden cave with a hidden treasure chest, which was kind of cool. That wasn't on my map. But I feel like there's got to be a lot more of that going on.
Yeah.
And even story of like other like dead pirates. Like let's see their graves. Like how did they die? Like some history. Like where are we? Yeah. What is this world we're in?
Who are the Sea of Thieves?
Yeah.
All that good stuff.
I mean, there's the bones of a good game here. It's just it's a matter of
it feels very bare bones.
Yeah,
like very very bare bones.
Yeah, and it could just be the beta, and it could
that's
just be the full game. Yeah,
the game is coming out soon.
Yeah,
but I just don't understand what Rare did with this game.
Yeah,
like nothing to me screams Rare.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Connect Sports didn't really scream Rare either.
That was more of like cash in.
Well, that was like.
Well, they had to go to work on something.
Yeah.
After Viva Pinata, they had to work on something.
Fuck, Viva Pinata was great.
Yeah.
That was a great game.
Bring back Viva Pinata.
Yes.
Bring back Connect Sports.
Yeah.
Hashtag get hyped.
Wait, no.
Excellent.
Anyways, I'm curious to see more. I'm going to play more of the beta this weekend because, like I said, I did have fun with the right people.
Yeah.
But
this is only because you locked Dapper Tux in the brig.
I kept locking Dapper Tux in the brig and having a great time.
You know what the thing to do is? Lock someone in the brig and then sink the ship.
Yes.
And then they drowned.
That's no good.
I think that's the whole thing about like going to like the ship of the damned and then that when you're dead and that's a whole
I haven't died, so I've never been to the ship of the damned.
It looks really neat.
They say it's really cool. It's way cooler than your regular pirate ship.
Oh, it is. It's dope.
Well, then why the hell would you want to stay alive in that game?
Who knows?
That's a good question.
Well, I mean, I don't know what you can actually do on the ship of the damned other than be dead.
Be damned. One more time. Cool. So let's move on. Speaking of what we've been playing this week, what else have we been playing this week? Brock, I'll start with you, even though I know you can't talk about too much.
I downloaded Celeste, but I haven't played it. I got it for the Xbox.
Nice.
It looks like Super Meat Boy. It looks fun with a really good story. I've heard nothing but good things, so I'm really excited for that.
It takes place in Canada.
Yeah, that's right.
Up a Canadian mountain.
I saw the Canada map. I was like, "What the fuck? That's weird." Was it made by Montreal Studio?
I don't know.
I know it's an ID for Xbox.
I know. I don't know where he's from. Again, it's the same person who made Towerfall. It's one dude, but I don't know where he's from.
I don't know.
But because it takes place in like the Rocky Mountains, like Alberta, and like you get a Canadian postcard with like a stamp on it whenever you die, like when you die enough times.
That's pretty much it. I didn't pick up Dragon Ball yet.
Yeah.
I think I'm over Monster Hunter.
Yeah,
I didn't even
already?
bother.
Oh, Monster Hunter World?
I don't think it's for me.
Really?
There's no story mode. I'm gonna get so bored.
Yeah.
And then what came? Oh,
What
Lost
did
Fear.
you play? Did you play the beta for Monster Hunter?
No, I didn't even end up doing that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think it's for me. I heard it's very repetitive.
With Monster Hunter, I've always tried to get into Monster Hunter, and I never can. And for me, for the same reason, like I don't like the repetitiveness of Monster Hunter.
Yeah, you need to hunt monsters, I'm told.
Yeah, it's true.
The thing that I always hate about Monster Hunter is like you hunt the monsters to a certain point and then they get away and then you have to find them again and then like it's like when you talk about repetitive.
And you can't make
That
a
ain't for
dog
me.
friend. I don't want a cat friend. I want a dog friend. The hell?
Well, the cats are like a thing. Like, yeah, you gotta.
But I want a dog.
You gotta have the cats.
Well,
I actually just binged this show called The Wonderful or The Magnificent Miss Marvel or something.
Oh, yeah.
It's the most delightful, best show I've seen in a very long time.
That's the show with like she's like a woman who becomes a
the
stand-up
60s.
comedian.
It is
Yeah.
fucking great.
Yeah.
It is a lovely, funny show.
I saw an interview with the woman who plays the lead actress and she's like super awkward and strange.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, so you're just like the character. Yeah.
She's
but
great.
But not as funny.
I'm in love.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
With the man on the show.
Yeah.
Is a man?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Whatever. You be you.
Okay.
You be you.
I fucked a robot last night. Who knows what I could do?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Who do you voodoo?
we all know robots fuck best. So that's what we know.
Jesus Christ. And Drew, what did you play this week?
I played the Sea of Thieves beta. That was pretty much it. Yeah, that was every time I got a chance to play it. And like I played a lot of it by myself, played a lot of it solo because I was playing it at weird times.
Okay.
No one was around.
Fair
It
enough.
made me sad. I really would like to play that with a group of people who know what they're doing. That's probably the next goal.
The beta has been extended till the 31st now
Sweet.
because of the server problems.
Yeah.
When I first started playing it, I got dropped a lot. A lot. And that was really annoying. It'd be like,
I've only been dropped once. I had no problem.
but like I was
Smooth sailing.
That was on
The puns are on point today.
On the launch the day it opened. That was when I was having most of the problems. But yeah,
Which is to be expected.
Yeah.
It's nothing new there.
Every beta is like that. Like, God forbid, trying to play the Dragon Ball FighterZ beta
yeah.
the first day. Oh
This
my
is the
God.
reason for the beta.
that's why it's a beta.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
You do what you can.
Cool. As for me, most of my week has been spent playing a game. My review should be up tomorrow about Lost Fear, which is a new RPG from Tokyo RPG Factory, the same people who made I Am Setsuna. This is their second game. It's a Square Enix studio essentially.
Yeah.
This game is very much like I Am Setsuna. Like the combat is very similar, but it's a little more strategic. So basically, it plays like any other like old school Final Fantasy turn-based RPG. But basically, what you have to do is you have to position your characters on the map. Like you basically will tell your character, "Hey, go here," like either stand behind the monster or go in a specific area, and that sort of affects how your attacks work. So you can actually sometimes, if you position your characters correctly, can hit multiple enemies with your attack. So you don't actually have like Fire 3, for example, like in Final Fantasy that hits all the enemies.
Right.
You just have an attack that shoots in a specific pattern. And you sort of have to maneuver your character in such a way where the pattern hits as many enemies as you want to hit.
That sounds cool.
And likewise, the enemy can really use that against you as well. Like, likewise, if you're a melee character and you get behind your enemies, you can deal more damage. But the enemies can do the same to you. So they'll get behind you and then start hitting you from behind. So it's really cool. It adds like a new dimension to the combat in I Am Setsuna that I already liked. Like the momentum system is back from it, where if you sit on your character portrait for long enough, you'll build up these momentum points that you can sort of use to add either extra attacks to your normal attacks or do different effects with your magic abilities. So it's really cool. Like I love the combat system in that game.
Yeah.
However, my biggest problem with that game is the writing and the characters are not great. I mean, and it might just be the localization to North America was like, it almost feels like it was directly translated from Japanese without like trying to make it, work correctly. Like a lot of one of the things I love about Persona 5 is the localization team did an amazing job not just doing a direct translation of the Japanese version, but also making it feel like it's a game that was made here.
That sucks because the dialogue in I Am Setsuna is so good.
Exactly.
It's incredible.
Which is why it's such a disappointment, because like the localization they did for that game was great. Or the writing in that game was great. Like, I liked all the characters in that game, but I didn't like the writing in this game. Like, it felt really weak to me. And the story, like, but I'm like 30 hours in, I'm near the final battle, and I like don't really care about the story, which is too bad, because it's a game that I want to care about. But I'm sticking with it because I love the combat in that game, and I love exploring the different environments, because if you've seen any of the trailers for this game, the concept is really cool. Because basically it's a fantasy world where like different environments are disappearing because people are forgetting that they exist. Like, their memories are being removed. So you have to go around and sort of restore all these quote unquote lost places that are basically like covered in white and have like sparkles coming from them. They look really cool. So I mean, and there are some really interesting locales. Like, there's this one area that has like almost like you're walking on water, because it's like a really shallow lake, but like the whole area is sort of like this big lake, and it's super reflective. So it has like you're basically, it's like running on the sky. Like, it looks really cool. Like,
cool.
So they did some really neat things with that game. Again, the review should go up tomorrow. I really like it. I think I like it more than a lot of other critics the Metacritic score is like 67 right now for this. I'm hovering around a 78 though, because again, it's either, most of the scores have either been like 5s or 8s. That's sort of how the way it's sort of worked out.
That's weird.
Yeah. So I mean, for me, I'm not as bothered about some of the stuff, but yeah, the story really holds it back from being a great game. Which sort of is what's disappointing about it.
I was expecting a better showing from these guys.
Yeah, same here, especially because I Am Setsuna, you and I, Brock, both loved I Am Setsuna. So, like, it's weird that it was like that. But also, like, when critics talked about I Am Setsuna, it was also ranked fairly low as far as reviews were as well, and I still really enjoyed it. So,
they took a lot of the same character models for this new Lost Sphere, didn't they?
Well,
all the
it's a similar art style.
Okay.
So again, the 3D world, again, it's almost like this these like chibi characters. It kind of looks like almost like a 3DS game, but then the environments are much more detailed. Whereas like the artwork, like the character portraits and stuff are really detailed and have a nice style to them. So. Yeah. Okay.
Oh my God! I finished The Vanishing of Ethan Carter this week.
Oh,
that game is fucking incredible. What the hell? This is like one of the best walking sims I've ever played. It's beautiful.
Do you walk really fast?
You can. You can actually
hold down
run.
a button to run?
You can.
Thank
you can
God.
run. Yes, you can. You can move pretty hastily. Nice. It's really, it's absolutely gorgeous on the X. They did such a good job. Like, it's a game that came out in 2014. It is awesome.
I was gonna say I've never played it.
Oh, it's amazing. Like, incredible.
So far long ago.
It's weird as fuck.
Are you going to do a speed run of this game like Griffin McElroy did a speed run of Gone Home?
You mean the 10-minute speed run of Gone Home?
Oh, it's so
you can
good.
do Gone Home in under a minute.
Yeah, you
it's
can.
an achievement.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is an achievement.
It's really annoying to get.
Yeah.
It's really annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because you'll be like 1 minute and 1 second or 1 minute and 10 frames, and you're like, oh, motherfucker.
Which is weird because I have no problem doing other things in a minute.
It's true. You just asked BB-8.
I'm talking about sex.
I can't. No. You shouldn't be bragging about that, man. It's not a race.
It's a 1 minute man. He's a 1 minute man.
Is that a common thing?
It's a Fallout song. Is it a common thing? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I have the opposite.
I mean, we all think that porn, you just last forever. But in reality, it's not like that.
Atom bomb, baby.
Again.
That's another Fallout.
You don't watch porn?
I have the opposite problem.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Yeah. I don't know if it is. Whatever.
Anyways, I should also mention the figure, if you're watching the video, the figure that's sitting right in front of me.
Dragon Ball Z Fighters?
Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Oh, right.
With a Z.
Right. Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Is out this week.
We learned it's not pronounced Dragon Ball FighterZ. It's pronounced Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've always been calling it Dragon Ball FighterZ. You guys are just like weird ones who've been calling it Fighter Z. Or
I've been calling it Fighter Z
I think they've been calling it
it's
Fighter.
called
Yeah,
Dragon
Fighter-
Ball Z.
yeah.
But you're not very Canadian because it should be Fighter Z.
Now I'm looking at the box you have over there, Ryan. It looks like an Xbox would fit in the box of the game came in.
Oh, probably.
Why is it so big? What else came in the box?
Collectors.
So, first of all, there's an unboxing video up on game-moose.com
wow.
right now. You can go visit. So game-moose.com/video. I shot it yesterday.
All right.
So the collector's edition, or the collector's edition with a Z on it. Get it?
Oh,
It comes with this cool Goku Super Saiyan statue that's in front of us. Audio listeners, it's Goku as a Super Saiyan, and he's charging up, and it looks really cool. It also comes with 3 really detailed and awesome art cards. So there's one with Super Saiyan Blue Goku with Beerus, and then there's one with Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Gohan, and Vegeta. And then there's another one with the Android 17 and 18. So it also comes with like a steelbook copy of the game and some other stuff. So it's really cool. Like I haven't played the actual game yet because last night I was working pretty much after it came in. Like after I shot the video, I had to leave. So I did play a ton of the beta though, and loved every minute of it. I'm really excited to jump into the single player.
Me too.
Because I haven't done that.
9-hour story mode?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
For a fighting game. I mean, it probably won't live up to Injustice 2. I'm not expecting that high bar, because that's probably like the best single player fighting game I can think of is Injustice 2. But I'm expecting at least some good things. At worst, it can't be any worse than Marvel vs. Capcom 3 story, Infinite Story.
Oh
no, but they have all the voice actors and stuff. Like
That's true.
Like
Yeah.
it looks pretty fucking
On both
cool.
the Japanese and the English side,
Yeah.
depending on which you prefer. Which is really cool that they brought everyone back. I mean, to be fair, the English dub for Super is going on right now as well. So I mean, they're all sort of in the swing of things. But although it's weird, like if you play on the English, like Frieza's voice is different, and some other voices are different. I'm like, oh man, kind of rubs me the wrong way. But either way, I love the game so far, and I can't wait to tell you about it next week because I have a review that I'm working on for next week. Cool. So hashtag get hyped. All right, so let's jump into the quick news stories that we have before we go. Starting with God of War. Finally has a release date. We finally have a release date on a PlayStation exclusive this year.
Yeah, we do.
Thank fucking God. So God of War will be launching on PS4 on April 20th. That's 420, people. Along with Nintendo Labo.
Labo, yeah.
The same day.
Smoke them up.
Smoke them up, man.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Burn one
build your
down.
robot
Yeah,
backpack and then use your Chains of Olympus, even though there's no Chains of Olympus in this game, to do
Smoke
things.
that dro and play video games.
That's the joint, man.
It's a little bit later than we were expecting, but
Bong rips.
I'm really excited for this game.
Yeah, no, that's great.
There was a new story trailer as well that they released.
Yes. And the game looks really great. I mean, like, looks really great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next up, South Park: The Stick of Truth is now going to be able to be purchased separately, starting on February 13th for $30. It was previously only available on current gen hardware if you purchased the Fractured Butthole.
$30?
$30.
Yeah. For a Stick of Truth.
That's fucking bananas.
Well, actually, if you try and buy the Xbox 360 backwards compatible version, it's still $60.
That's crazy. There are so many copies at EB Games.
I
Like
know.
you could pick that game up for like $5.
This mostly only affects PlayStation people because, again, you can get on back compatible.
That game is going to be on sale constantly.
Yeah, exactly. Next up, and this is something that Brock kind of predicted, but we don't know if it's true yet or not. According to sources close to Kotaku, Anthem has been pushed from fall 2018 to fiscal 2019, which means that it'll release sometime before April 2019. This has not been confirmed by either BioWare or EA, so it's not official yet, though it seems pretty likely.
Yeah, it would make me very, very, very sad, but like, we haven't heard anything else about this game.
The main thing is we want the game to be good, especially after Andromeda, so if they have to push it back to make it work,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
We want it. We just want this game to be good. Because
Yeah.
otherwise, like, this is like, if Anthem isn't good, like, there could be, like, BioWare could be the next studio shutter at EA.
Yeah.
And I really hope that's not the case.
Yeah, so, from a game that's supposed to be out in less than a year officially,
Yeah.
because again, we don't know if this is true yet, you'd expect to at least see a little bit more. Like, you at least expect to hear that someone's had hands-on with this game or see a couple more trailers, but there's been nothing.
We haven't
right?
seen any gameplay, right?
No.
Oh, well, technically, the trailer, the launch, the trailer we saw at E3, that was gameplay, but that was like,
It was like
very early.
Yeah, it was
Right.
vertical slice gameplay,
Yeah.
and we don't know how real that is.
yeah.
So
yeah, we don't know how representative of the actual game it is.
Yeah.
We've never seen somebody with a controller in their hands playing it, whether that be like a developer or a member of the press or a PR person or whatever. Like we just seen like that gameplay trailer thing that's like very much like it was like a very manufactured thing. So we don't know how real that is right now.
Mm-hmm.
What really worries me about the article that Jason wrote, because Jason Schreier, of course, wrote this article, was that he talked about how from many of the sources who told him this, there's a big push from EA to have it out by then, regardless if the game is like finished or not.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what happened with Andromeda.
Yeah.
Which is why I really like, if they need more time than that, I really hope they don't rush it out the door.
Yeah.
Because that would be a huge, like, that would destroy that community.
Well, I mean, this is what's killed a million developers in the past. Is they make deals with publishers. They can't make they can't make the deadline, so they rush the game out. It's not finished, and then there's huge backlash, and the game sells very poorly, and then they shut down the studio.
Yeah.
Like, this is a story we've heard a million times before.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So. Which is too bad, because we heard about the new Dragon Age game this week as well. How they were talking about how it's going to be a quote-unquote live game, which doesn't mean it's an online-only game. It means that sort of like Assassin's Creed Origins, it'll be a single-player game, and then once the game's over, there will be like add-on content for it. So I'm really interested to see like if that game actually comes out now, if something happens with Anthem. So we'll see. Again, we don't know if any of this is true or not at this point, but again, Jason's a pretty credible.
Yeah, if it comes to BioWare and Jason, they're pretty close.
Jason wouldn't write this, I don't think, if he didn't think it was actually true.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Yeah. Next up, sticking with EA, they've announced that a new progression system is coming to Star Wars Battlefront 2 in March. That's sort of going to overhaul everything that there is now. It sounds like star cards are going away or being changed in fundamental ways. Either way, this change is going to address many of the things players have asked for, in quotes. There will also be a new quote-unquote season, sort of like the Last Jedi season, with a bunch of DLC based off a new Star Wars movie/series, which they haven't sort of said what that's going to be yet. So that's going to be soon.
Well, it'd be Rebels.
Probably
no?
Solo.
It would be Rebels or Solo.
Rebels.
Yeah, I would say Rebels or Solo, okay, especially because the movie Solo is coming out in... God, that movie comes out in like 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we still haven't seen anything.
Oh, God, that's right.
Because it comes out in May.
It's got to be Rebels. Like they like the studio probably doesn't even know anything about Solo. No one fucking knows anything about Solo.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Jesus
well, this
Christ.
doesn't sound like this next season doesn't sound like it's going to come out until like late February, early March. So we'll probably see the first trailer for Solo by then.
Are they?
It's
are,
gotta
are
be.
there any plans to fix the bunk ass complete garbage fucking single player in that game?
Well, no, because that's over.
I could see Solo launching with the Super Bowl or Black Panther.
Yeah. Did you play?
So soon.
Did you play the final mission?
No.
The what? The add-on one?
No, I can't get there because I keep getting stuck in this one fucking mission where I keep dying over and over again, and I hate it. I fucking hate it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's the one where you're supposed to like the mission where you go, like it's like maybe 2/3 of the way through the single player where you go to.
It's Bespin, isn't it?
No, it's the one right before that.
Oh, okay.
Where you go and you're supposed to steal the TIE fighter, and
Yeah.
like there's like I keep dying there. Like there's just like it feels like endless waves of stormtroopers coming at me, and you're supposed to get to the platform, and they're like, yeah, let's steal a TIE fighter, and then the TIE fighters take off, and then then you're supposed to get into the cloud car.
Yeah.
Yes, there every time.
That mission's really hard and it's very annoying.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate that game so much now because of that.
Yeah.
I've done it like 40 times.
Yeah, they're never going to go back and
How's the player base? Are you still playing it?
I still play it every once in a while. Again, I've sort of been waiting because I've been playing. Again, we've talked about it before. I've been mostly playing retro games and World of Warcraft. So I've spent less time with it, but I usually jump into a match like once every couple days. Like I'll usually jump into a couple matches. Same with Overwatch. I'm still doing the same thing with that too. But yeah, I mean, I think the play like you still find a game very quick. It sold very well according to NPD.
Yeah.
So like I feel like they wouldn't be giving it this huge overhaul if no one was playing it. Kind of like our next story about what's going on there.
Sorry, for those watching the video, I keep poking my eyeball because there's something in it. It's really fucking hurting.
It's all good.
I'm gonna pull up my eye.
All right. Speaking of pulling at your eye, segue, we got our next story makes us really sad, actually. Epic Games has announced that Paragon is shutting down. The game will stay open until April 26th, and Epic is offering full refunds for all online purchases, including if you purchased the early founders pack or any of the microtransactions. You can go to Epic's website and fill out an online form to request refunds. Because if you read the blog post, they're just like they feel like they've let really let their fans down with this one. So that's why they're offering like refunds on everything. So unlike Marvel Heroes, which screwed over all the people who basically spent money on it, like Epic really is like, look, if you spent any money with us online with this, like the only thing you don't get refunds on is if you physically bought the Paragon physical version. It was like the founders pack they had on a disc. But anything tied to your Epic account, you can get a refund on, which is kind of crazy.
Did anyone play Paragon?
I played Paragon and didn't like it, but I also don't like MOBAs.
I didn't play it. I don't know. It just kind of feels like.
Yeah.
Well, is Lawbreakers officially dead, or is that going to happen soon?
It's not officially dead yet, but
just
I mean,
feel
it's
like,
getting there.
You know.
I mean, someone showed me a screenshot like last week with 0 players playing it on PC.
Paragon came out at the same time as Fortnite, right?
No, Paragon came out like it was like the 2014, I think. It was like the year after PlayStation 4 launched, because it was like one of the games that was announced at the first PSX, and then it came out right after it.
No, it launched in 2016.
2016?
2016.
See, I've got my years mixed up. Yeah. Again, I knew that, and that actually makes more sense now that I talk it out, because it was announced at PSX and came out the next year.
Yeah.
Like the very first PSX. Because that was like their one more thing at the end of that press conference, and people were like, "What the fuck is this?" Because it was Unreal Tournament, the MOBA.
Yeah.
Except not as good as Unreal Tournament. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it just makes me sad. But
like that's a really like weird for a studio to be able to afford to pay everyone back.
yeah,
That's like a shocking move.
I mean, when you
most studios would never be able
when
to
you
like.
make so much money on Fortnite Battle Royale, it's probably okay.
Most studios could not get away with this kind of generosity.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially because again, Paragon, from what I've heard from people who do play it, had such a dedicated fan base, and people were really buying the microtransactions. Just the problem was it went through several like complete overhauls of the game, because it never actually came out of beta. Like it was never actually released. It just was in early access forever, and it just happened to be that the popularity, despite having a dedicated fan base, was only so few people that they just couldn't maintain it, or there was no they're making so much money with Fortnite at this point, like because they developed both. Like why would they keep doing it, right? So they're starting out putting all the eggs in Fortnite's basket, hoping that the battle royale genre doesn't fizzle out like the rhythm game genre.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, so again, if you've played Fortnite, I know friend of the show Josh Costin put a lot of money into Paragon. So I mean, go to Epic's website and go.
That blows, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least they're being decent about it. I mean, it's more that you can say than most other video game companies.
Especially like again, the Marvel Heroes thing just happened a few weeks ago, and it was handled so much more worse than this. Poorly. So much more poorly.
Yes.
The last bit of news, really weird one, but I knew it would be right up Brock's alley of all people. Paramount has announced that John Cena, yes, John Cena, will play Duke Nukem in the upcoming adaptation of Duke Nukem. No release date was provided.
You're forgetting the best part of this whole announcement. Michael fucking Bay is set to direct it.
That's true.
If there's anyone who's going to direct a Duke Nukem movie, it's fucking Michael Bay.
The problem with Michael Bay is that Michael Bay has zero sense of humor.
Yeah, but the game's not good anyways.
Yeah.
The game's humor is brutal.
I know.
So it's perfect.
The
It's
whole
going to be
thing was
so mismatched. John Cena's not very good at comedy either. It's going to be so incredibly awkward.
Deeply confused. Yeah, like the only way they can do this is go super earnest and it be so bad it's good.
A few people asked me like what I thought about that on Twitter. I have absolutely zero care in the world because Duke Nukem is super lame.
Yeah, like that's the thing.
Do not care.
Yeah.
The reason why Duke Nukem has not aged well.
No, at all.
The only thing about Duke Nukem at the time was like we were all fucking like 12 when we first played it, and they were like, "Oh, that guy like says bad words and like there's girls with boobies in it."
And smokes a cigar. He's cool and wears sunglasses at night. He's so cool.
He poops on aliens.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, again, he was like an 80s action superhero, which of course. Yeah. Not all of them age well. Some of them do, and if you don't take them seriously.
No, none of them have aged well.
Hey, you just haven't watched Commando recently. That movie is amazing.
It's almost
Commando
like
is one of those like so bad.
It's almost like we're never going to get a good video game movie when they auction Duke Nukem, of all things, into a movie.
I'm surprised that Michael Bay is still working with Paramount, too.
Yeah.
But I mean,
this is more disappointing that John St. John, the voice of Duke Nukem, is not voicing John Cena. They don't dub over John Cena with John St. John.
See, that sounds impractical.
That would be amazing though, because John St. John is amazing at being Duke. In fact, I kind of wish that Ryan McCaffrey at IGN's pitch for College Duke would have been what they did with this, but instead, if you don't know all about that, go watch Podcast Unlocked.
Yeah.
He does this amazing Duke Nukem impression. He's like spot on, and he does this bit called College Duke where he's like telling kids to like go do their studies and stuff. It's really good.
Balls of Steel.
Come get some.
I would have liked to see Terry Crews play this, play Duke Nukem.
But he's going to play Terry Crews in the live action version of Crackdown. He's going to play himself in that.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yes, the Duke Nukem movie will come out. I won't see it until it's like on Netflix, and I'm really baked.
You mean like?
And I'm like, all right, sure, because I don't hate Michael Bay movies. I do find them fascinating.
I hate them.
Okay.
I hate Michael Bay. I think he's a giant piece of shit. He ruined Transformers, is one of my favorite franchises of all time.
But you don't even like robots.
Fuck Michael Bay. Fuck him right in the ass.
All right.
Yeah.
There you
He's
go.
also, by all accounts, a shitty person.
Yeah, that's true. He is a shitty person.
Yeah, his reputation for just
And the
being
Transformers
just a
movies are
bag of
horrible,
shit, yeah.
but they do look fucking cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
The recent Transformers movie, I don't know how Michael Bay is the only person to make a really bad movie and then make 4 sequels at this point, and each one gets
Actually
Worse
worse
and
and worse and worse.
Yep.
I didn't think it was possible to make a worse movie than the Age of Extinction or whatever,
Yeah.
but apparently he's done it.
I think that's the last one.
That's the last one.
Oh no, I've only seen the first two.
The last night was the last.
The last night was the.
I've only seen the first two.
I didn't think it was possible to make a movie worse than Age of Extinction, and he's done it.
What else did he put out? He put out Pain and Gain.
Which apparently, well, not apparently, Pain and Gain is bad.
I didn't see that.
That's a bad
And
movie.
wasn't there something else in between the
you
Transformers?
might like
Ninja
Pain
Turtles.
and Gain, I don't know.
Ninja Turtles.
No,
he only produced that.
He didn't direct it.
fair
He only produced that garbage bin of fire.
Yeah.
I can't remember the other thing. There was something else I thought recently. No.
He keeps saying that each Transformers movie is his last, and then he keeps making more.
Yeah, because he keeps getting paid more money. They just keep giving him dump trucks full.
Yeah, you fucking
Optimus
assholes keep
Prime
going to see it.
truckfuls of money.
Yeah. Well, it's not you assholes. It's most of the people who aren't even watching this. People in China or other Asian countries.
Yeah, in China,
Because that's where the Transformers movies are huge. Is Asia.
yeah, they keep pandering to the Chinese.
He gave us
audience
Bad
over the way.
Boys 2, though, and that is a funny movie.
This
Yeah.
shit just got real.
The first Bad Boys, I'll give you, but not Bad Boys 2.
I like Bad Boys 2.
Bad Boys 2 is one of those movies that's so bad it's good.
Yeah, it's so cheesy.
Yeah.
It's like one big ad for Hummer, too.
Yeah, and then, there's the whole thing where basically they invade Cuba at the end. It's so fucking weird
Yep.
that movie.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anyway, regardless, that was a wonderful little sidetrack.
Yeah, I'm glad we brought up Paramount. All right, so we'll quickly run through this week's new releases because there's only 4 of them. There's not too many. EA's UFC 3 is out this week.
Yeah.
Is that the one with Ronda Rousey on the cover?
No.
No.
Oh, no, that was last year.
Yeah.
That's
It's,
last
what's his name now? McGregor.
Yeah,
that's
Conor McGregor.
Night in the Woods comes to Switch this week.
Yes, play fucking Night in the Woods.
I know you really like
it.
it, so I wanted
Is
to make sure to throw it in there.
absolutely amazing.
Cold Iron, it's a VR game.
I'll give you
And
my
the
Cold
best
Iron.
game this week coming out, even better than Night in the Woods, Dissidia Final Fantasy NT is out this week.
Yeah, okay.
Get hyped, motherfuckers. I actually liked what I played from the beta. So I was in the beta for the longest time, and I couldn't talk about it until now. But yeah, I liked my time with Final Fantasy NT. It was a lot of fun. It's the Final Fantasy fighting game, essentially.
He's talking about the Final Fantasy fighting game.
Okay.
It's basically so there were 2 of them on PSP.
Yeah.
And then this is based. They made an arcade version in Japan.
Yeah.
This is a port of the arcade version of Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Dissidia.
Can I be Squall?
You can be Squall.
Can I be Barrett?
You cannot be Barrett.
Oh.
It's only basically the main character from each game, including Final Fantasy 11.
So the
and
white
14.
people.
Well,
Yeah,
mostly.
I think it's all white people.
Yeah, it
I
actually
think
pretty
you're not wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, yeah, and it's all the villains.
Can
too,
I
as
be
well.
Sephiroth?
To
Yeah,
be
you
fair,
can. You can also be Kefka.
90% of the characters in all the Final Fantasy games ever are white people.
They are.
Yeah.
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 So
Again, you can play as all the Final Fantasy heroes, but also the villains as well. So again, all the villains from all the games are in there, including Kefka and Sephiroth and all those cool cats. Although I was amazed that they actually found a hero to play as from Final Fantasy 11, but somehow they did because it's an MMO. So there you go. Anyways, that's sort of going to be our show for this week. But before we go, True Plugs go.
I'm at D McMillan on Twitter, and the oft talked about review of the Xbox One X is up on game-moves.com.
Yep, went up this morning.
It went up. It went up this morning. This morning we're recording it. So yeah, you'll see it Sunday. By the way, it's live now, so you may have already seen it before you heard the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there. Like I said, reviewing a console is a weird thing to do, but I did it, and it's something we needed to talk about it because we're in sort of uncharted territory here with video games and video game consoles and sort of iterative consoles at this point. It'll be interesting to see what Sony's next move is and in reaction to the X and what Microsoft does from here. And the whole point of the whole point of the console is it's a fantastic console. I love it. It's really, really great. Right now I'm in a place where I'd much rather play my Xbox than anything else. What I really want is, like you said, a really kick-ass game. I've said that a million times. I'll say it one more time. I really want something that really blows me away. It's really fun. There's a really great story mode. Is really great. Gameplay looks really amazing. Give me that.
Yeah. And I mean, it's going to be a much different read than a lot of other reviews you might have read about the X as well at this point. Because, I mean, you've had the console for a couple months now. So, I mean, most of the reviews we had were someone having it for 2 weeks and then having to write it up for embargo.
Especially because we have the new dashboard that went along with it and some other sort of there's like we talked about, there have been a bunch of quality of life sort of changes just in the Xbox in general, stuff like being able to gift games, where Game Pass is now, where Gold is, where backwards compatibility is.
That's a hard word to say.
Backwards compatibility.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Back compat.
The distancing themselves from the old TV shit and getting away from the Kinect and stuff like that. The Xbox is now what it should have been 3 years ago.
Right.
To be fair, on the other hand, the PlayStation and the Wii U were not. The PlayStation 4 and the Wii U, I think, were in worse places when they launched, comparatively speaking. Remember when the PS4 launched, there were a million features. That were where's suspend mode and a bunch of other shit. I feel in terms of those sort of promises, Xbox is way ahead of the game still.
Yeah.
It's just they don't have
they just don't have the games.
They don't have amazing exclusives.
PlayStation 4 still doesn't have a turn-off controller mode. I find that so weird.
Yeah, that's a little strange.
It's really odd.
Yeah.
PlayStation 4, you can't turn off your controller.
Is that really?
How?
You just hold down the PlayStation button and then go to turn off controller.
Oh. I've always just turned off my console.
Because you're a crazy person.
I'm a moron.
One thing I wanted to touch on as well before we go to you, Brock, is that when the initial reviews came out too, most of the enhanced games weren't patched yet. Most of those patches weren't out. But now you've had some time with...
Well, one of the things I talk about specifically is I had a chance to play with Destiny 2 before it was enhanced and after it was enhanced with the X, which is an interesting sort of gives you an interesting perspective on it. Because even Destiny 2 without the enhancements looked a lot better, loaded a lot better, was a lot more solid. And then even at that, and then afterwards it was wow, now it looks fucking amazing. Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting. Even if a game's not enhanced, it's still gonna perform and look better in general. I mean, that's kind of software dependent. Not every, you can't say that universally about every single game, but for the most part, it seems to just kind of bump everything up. Yeah.
For sure. So game-moose.com, check that out. Again, you're at D McMillan on Twitter.
Yes, I am.
Brock, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter, where I'm always yapping my trap.
Yep.
At Brock McLaughlin. You can find me on the website at brockstargaming.com.
That's calm.
It's calm. Yeah. Everybody, calm down.
Not calm with a Z.
And you can find me performing safe sex moves on BB-8 on robothub.com.
That's probably an actual website. Now people are going to go there and it's going to be something.
Please don't direct people there.
I'm actually kidding. You can find me doing unsafe sex on porgs at porghub.com.
Porghub. That's pretty.
That's actually probably a website too.
I'm going to hover right now.
Please don't.
I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
As for me, you can find me on Twitter at Ryan Turford. That's TURFORD. Again, my Lost Sphere review should be up tomorrow, so Sunday, barring some kind of catastrophe that it won't cause it not to be written. You can also check out my unboxing of the Dragon Ball FighterZ Collector's Edition on game-moose.com/video as well, and many other things next week. And before we wrap, you guys are looking this shit up, I'm guessing?
No, we're looking at this World of Warcraft thing.
How there's, new ferrets?
Yeah, wow, that's quite the upgrade on the ferret on World of Warcraft.
I mean, you need new gophers sometimes, Brock. New gophers. Gophers are an integral part to World of Warcraft, except they're not, because they're gophers. Anyways, for Drew McMillan and Brock McLaughlin, I'm Ryan Turford. This has been episode 110 of the Game Moose podcast, and we're out.